in games when you say two teams that are struggling, that's true. But when you have to face a Zach Greinke and you look and see what Zach Greinke has done against the Seattle Mariners, you say, we might be in for another long night.
Well, the numbers are certainly not good as you take a look at Greinke up against French tonight. But Zach Greinke, back in July, early July on the mound, he really had everything working for him. He has one of the best curveballs you're going to see, a plus fastball. He can dial it up to 96 miles an hour. Good sinker when he wants to throw it, a nice change. He just has it all, and that's the reason why he won the Cy Young Award last year. So the guys, the Mariners, you mentioned the last 10 games, 165 within the scoring position, Dave. So the challenge ahead of them tonight, it just gets tougher for them. So hopefully they can scratch out some runs or maybe get Greinke's pitch count up.
On the other hand, Luke French gets the start for the Mariners. He had 5 outstanding innings against the Twins in his last outing, ran into a roadblock in the 6th inning, but I thought pitched his best so far this year.
I thought he pitched well, no question about it. And I think the one thing for him tonight, he has to stay away from Billy Butler. Billy Butler, the DH for the Royals, is 5 for 6 off of French with a home run. The rest of the guys he's handled in pretty good shape. If he can throw strikes and command his fastball like he did in his last outing against Minnesota, I think he has a chance.
So the beginning of the final weekend of Seafair here every year, a lot of thunder in the sky and on the lakes. And that's exactly what they had here today in practice sessions. There's Fat Albert. There are your hydros. They all go together to form one of the most exciting weekends in the United States of America. Seafair weekend comes to an end on Sunday. We've got baseball here tonight. The Ends and the Royals. We'll be right back.
The entertainment capital of the Northwest. The Tracer system uses 3 cameras to track every pitch. Graphical enhancements have been added to the EQC Tracer this season to give you more information and insight into the game.
They're on the right-hand side of the bottom. So I'm sorry, my media.
The Stan Sayers pitch. Start him up. Up in the air, there they are, the Blue Angels. The Blue Angels, and there's their backup plane, Fat Albert, tipping his wings to you as we say hello. This weekend, from Seafair, the fleet is in, and a bunch of them were recruited here tonight. A very pleasant good evening to you, everybody. With Mike Flowers, I'm Dave Niehaus, and welcome to Safeco Field. We get set for the first game of the three-game series between the M's and the Kansas City Royals. Look at the Royals lineup, Mike.
And for the Royals, leading things off, it'll be Blancos, and it's Kendall Butler. Ka'ahui will hit fourth. Betterment, Gordon, Aviles, Getz. And everybody knows Willie Bloomquist. He will hit ninth. Take a look at the numbers for French. High ERA. Pitched well in his last outing, though. Not many innings for him, only 18 innings. So if he has another good outing, that ERA will drop. And the defense behind him, Langerhans, Gutierrez, and Ichiro in the outfield. Across the infield will be Lopez and Jack Wilson on the left side, Figgins and Kochman on the right side of the infield, and Adam Moore will do the catching.
So Luke French is getting ready to take his first pitch as he gets set to work on Gregor Blanco. You look at what has happened since opening day. Look at this. Look at the changeover on the Kansas City Royals. A lot of them just recently in a deal with, of course, the Atlanta Braves, and of course, Kaneko Teixeira with the Mariners. So it's a huge turnover. Not only that, they have turned over their manager to Ned Yost, and we are underway with a strike to Gregor Blanco, who was with the Atlanta Braves a couple of weeks ago. He was playing well, hitting .310. And French is down low. So to count 1 ball and 1 strike, there's the Kansas City Royals coaching staff, at least the bench part of it, with Ned Yost, a former Milwaukee skipper. Easy 2 hopper. Sean Figgins throws out Gregor Blanco. And Jason Kendall, the catcher, will be the hit. Cooled off considerably. Last night it was 74 degrees. 67 degrees here tonight with the wind out of the southwest at 4 miles an hour. The Mariners have lost 9 of their last 10 games. Mariners 2-4 against the Royals this year, but 0-3 right here. French is a strike to Jason Kendall. Kansas City spent a nice off day here in Seattle yesterday. They head on down to Anaheim after their 3-game weekend series here. And the A's will head up here to wrap up the homestand before the Mariners take off on their longest road trip of the year. Pulled down the third base line by Lopez. Down toward where the stands jut out. On his way for 2 is Kendall, and he'll make it standing up. A slider that kind of actually sped up the bat of Jason Kendall.
And throws some fastballs away, and then comes back with a breaking ball inside. Lopez playing off the line. Can't get to it.
And here is a Luke French killer. Billy Butler is 5 for 6 with a home run against Luke French. One ball and no strikes. Paul Nauert is the man calling balls and strikes tonight. Ted Barrett, Tony Randazzo, Brian Gorman, the crew chief, is down at third base. 1-1. The Mariners have been shut out 3 times in their last 5 games. They have just stopped scoring runs. Time had been requested and granted that time by Nauer. So no pitch. A ball and 2 strikes.
Michael Saunders. Langerhans getting the start in left field after Saunders crashed into the wall trying to take away a home run. Was not able to make the play, but banged himself up a little bit.
Jose Guillen designated for assignment yesterday toward the hole. And Wilson has it on the outfield grass to throw him out.
It was a nice play. Butler hits this ball over into the hole. Jack gets over there in good shape.
And now to bring up big Keila Kahaui from Hawaii, who was tearing up AAA baseball at Omaha. Had 24 home runs, 78 RBIs, was hitting .314 when he was called up. And the left-hander takes down low and outside, ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. Good-sized kid. Tuno. Alberto Callaspo sent to the Angels at the trading deadline. Scott Podsednik to the Dodgers. Rick Ankiel and Kyle Farnsworth to the Braves. And a towering high fly ball hits a deep center field. And drifting back onto the warning track, barely on the warning track out there, Franklin Gutierrez to retire the side. No runs a hit. The man left. Good to have you with us. We go to the bottom of the first. No score.
Gutierrez, Lopez, Moore, Langerhans again getting the start tonight. Saunders banged himself up a little bit last night. Jack Wilson will hit ninth. Take a look at the numbers for Greinke. ERA just under 445 innings for him, 126 strikeouts, only 31 walks. And in the outfield, Gordon, Blanco, and Bloomquist will be out in right field. And across the infield, Fetterman, Aviles, Getz, Kahui will be over at first base, and Jason Kendall will do the catch.
So here's Ichiro to lead it off. And just does miss catching some chalk down there. I mean, Greinke, of all the pitchers, has been unbelievable against the Mariners. He's allowed 1 run in his last 6 outings in 40 2/3 innings. And a towering pop-up. An easy play out there for the shortstop, Aviles. Yuniesky Betancourt is not here tonight. He's away for personal reasons. Thus, Aviles takes his spot at shortstop. And Sean Figgins, the second baseman, will be the hitter. Greinke really raising some eyebrows in a story today in the Kansas City paper about the fact that his contract is up in 2012, so he's got next year and the year after that. And he says he's not too interested in going through the 3rd rebuilding program for the Kansas City Royals. At the present time, he's 26 years of age. When his contract is up, he'll be 28. And that's a strike on the outside corner. But when he had his own personal problems, I will say this, the Royals stood by him.
And I think you'll have to consider that. But if the rebuilding is starting now, Dave, in 2 years, who knows where this club could be? I mean, it may be a non-issue at that point.
2 balls and 2 strikes to count. Fly ball right to the left fielder, Alex Gordon, who used to be the 3rd baseman. And Gordon was sent to Omaha to learn to play the outfield. And so he's going to be an outfielder, I guess, for the rest of his career. There was some tremendous pressure when Alex Gordon was signed out of the University of Nebraska. They said he was going to be the next George Brett. Said he was a natural 3rd baseman. Things did not work out. I think living in the shadow of that expectation probably hurt as much as anything. And now they moved him to the outfield.
That's a big one to try to live up to, isn't it, George Brett? Everything that he has done and meant to this organization, to the Royals organization, I think it would be tough for anybody, especially somebody so young, because he flew through the minor leagues.
Number 1 draft choice out of the University of Nebraska. Kotzman rung up, perfect pitch, and quickly an old story for the Mariners against Zack Greinke. 1, 2, 3. After 1, no score. Wilson Betterman is a hitter, and the switch hitting third baseman is taking the first pitch high, and the next pitch just off the outside corner. So the count 2-0 on Betterman, to be followed by Alex Gordon and then Mike Aviles. Right down the middle.
Betterman, the utility guy for the Royals, only 100 at bats for him, but he's played well, hitting .360. Has 4 home runs.
Three and one. Royals lost another big man. Outfielder David DeJesus broke his thumb, out for the rest of the year, crashing into a wall against the Yankees. Strike 3 call. He was on his way to first.
Nice job by French to come back, get back in the count, and then put Betterman away. Fastball in the middle of the plate, but it's down.
Mariners being shut out last night, 6-0. As a matter of fact, the Mariners have scored less than 2 runs, major league high, 29 times this year. Breaking ball is down low and outside. 1-0. And Felix Hernandez, of course, has gotten absolutely no support at all. In his 9 losses while he's been pitching, they've given him, what, 7 runs? Right?
7 runs is what they've scored from him in his 9 losses. That's tough. But I'll say this, I've said it before, but he's really handled it well. He's continued to compete. Not let that, it has to be frustrating at times, but he hasn't let it get to him. He's done a nice job of that this year.
There's another man right there by him, Jason Vargas. It's more or less received the same treatment. We'll see Vargas on Sunday. Two balls, 2 strikes the count. Alex Gordon, the hitter. Just got a piece. Swing and a miss. Well, I'm here to tell you there might be some pretty good news right around the corner, not too far distant future. When you look at what the Mariners minor league ball clubs are doing, they've got the best winning percentage in the minor leagues, counting all the different minor leagues. They have winning percentage of, I think, with .559, and the best in the minor leagues. And that's replenishing in their hurry, because they were really struggling a couple of years ago.
A couple of years ago they were, and so you have to hope that the talent pool, and if you look at what they've done, you would think that it's gotten a lot better for them. The problem is it takes a little bit of time, so people are going to have some patience with that, but I think that's where you have to start, and that's really the key to it. You look at the successful organizations, most of them start in their minor league system. You have to have some of your own talent.
Little pop up, easy picking out there for Jack Wilson. Here in the second. Quickly 3 up. Quickly 3 down to the bottom of the second. No score. ball game, and we have a great pitchers duel started between Zach Greinke of Kansas City, Luke French of the Mariners, as Russell Branyan will step in. The big designated hitter. And a bunt, for crying out loud. You're not going to see that very often.
No, you won't. But he's leading the inning off here in the second. They had the big shift on him. So if he would have been able to get it down and keep it fair.
It's a base hit.
Yeah.
With a shift on. If he hits it hard enough, rolls it down the left field line, it might be a double.
Well, and I just noticed something with the shift that you don't see very often. The third baseman, Betterman, is playing up the middle where the shortstop would normally be, and the shortstop, if he was to stay at his position, you don't see it very often. Like, I don't know if I've ever seen him do that.
How'd they play you? Most outfielders.
The other way. Shaded. Shaded to right field. Probably right about where Blanco is now, the center fielder for the Royals.
Mm-hmm. 2-2 on Branyan. Franklin Gutierrez to follow. Then Lopez. Fastball and a towering fly ball. Center field, no problem at all out there. Gregor Blanco makes the easy catch. Here comes Gutierrez. For just $10, you get a great seat on VECU Family Night this Monday as the Mariners host the A's. Plus, the savings continue with $2 hot dogs and special discounts at the Mariners team store. So get your tickets at mariners.com. Fastball, strike one. Gutierrez is only 2 for 21 against Zach Greinke. Sean Figgins is 0 for 21 against him. Look at the movement on that ball. That almost came back and got the outside corner.
I think that's one of the things that makes him so tough is the way he changes speeds on his fastball. He has one of the best curveballs in the business, but he changes speeds. His fastball may be anywhere from, there's a breaking ball, from 90 to 96 miles an hour. Let's see what he's done so far. His fastball 95, changeup 71. It's actually probably a curveball at 71.
%73 fastballs. Chris Getz throws him out. So that's 5 in a row retired by Zach Greinke as we check in with Tom Glasgow. Tom. Mike Aviles lets that ball claim a little bit. I'm going to give him an error if I was scoring. We'll wait and see how they scored.
We'll take a look at it. Line drive.
You got to make that play.
He probably should.
And that will be an error on Aviles. You got to take advantage of each little chink in the armor. That may be one.
Well, that's exactly right. Base runners are going to be at a premium tonight with Greinke on the mound. Well, fortunately, there are already 2 out, so you're going to have to string together a couple of hits.
Jammed him, popped it up. And the young man from Hawaii, Ka'aui, makes the catch to retire the side here in the second. An error, a man left, and after 2, no score.
Another Franklin Gutierrez fan, a couple of them. He has a bunch of them, doesn't he?
He sure does, out there in center field. Got his own legion as Chris Getz, the left-handed batting second baseman, takes the strike from Luke French. At the Flying Things Club out there. And a ground ball back over the mound, right to shortstop. Whiplash throw to first. Good play by Jack Wilson.
Take a look at Getz. He can really get down the line. Jack had to hustle with his throw. Because he throws it sidearm. You see the ball running back in towards the runner.
Getz can carry the mail.
Yeah.
Well, there's Willie. Bloomquist takes a little bit inside. Ball 1, 1 ball and no strikes the count. And an easy play for Figgins. Biggie. So 2 away. Now through August the 17th, you can select from 15 different MLB community initiatives to win a $200,000 Pepsi Refresh grant. Felix and the Mariners have teamed up with the Washington State Coalition Against Domestic Violence on a project giving local youth coaches the tools to teach nonviolence, responsibility, and respect. So vote now by visiting MLB.com/Pepsi Refresh or text Mariners to 76462. On 1 on Gregor Blanco.
Yep, the Flying Things. Where'd you come up with that? Do you remember? Did you just do it off the spur of the moment? Or did you think about it a little bit?
I knew there used to be an old outfielder that had that nickname. And maybe a couple of spectacular catches last year that began, I guess, in Minnesota. And that popped off the top of my head somewhere. Well. off the side of the mound. That finds its way on in to right center field. So Blanco has the Royals' second hit in the ball game, and it'll bring up Jason Kendall, who had the double. Time now for our AT&T trivia question. Joaquin Soria is the third all-time career saves, number 3 all-time in career saves with Kansas City with 119. Who is the Royals' number 1 career saves leader of those 4 guys? Tom Gordon, Dan Quisenberry, Jeff Montgomery, Mike McDougal. Dan Quisenberry, of course, the former Submariner, his dad, I think, did live up here. I don't know if he still lives here or not, Mr. Quisenberry.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Jason Kendall is the hitter and fouls it back.
What do you think?
I think it's Jeff Montgomery. That's what I think it is. A darn good one, too.
Yeah. I think you're right. I think the first thought would be Quisenberry, probably. But Montgomery's been around for a while. Did a nice job. Okay, I'm in with you. I'll go with Montgomery.
Mr. Death of Flying Things. He played in the 1860s and 1870s. Professional baseball wasn't even invented until 1876. But somebody gave him that nickname, Death of Flying Things, Bob Ferguson. Breaking ball inside. We are told he was also the very first switch hitter. Bob Ferguson. Baseball, I guess, really started just before the Civil War. But the first professional team, 1876, the Red Stockings. There's that ground ball right back up the middle. So the Royals now with 2 on, with 2 out. And look out, because the man who is Death the Luke French steps up to the plate. Billy Butler.
Billy hit the ball hard his first time up. That was a nice play by Jack Wilson out at shortstop to throw him out. Just noticed home plate umpire Paul Nauert looks like he has a broken finger or hand. He has a cast on that hand, his right hand. That was from a foul ball. There you go.
Yeah. Now it's fouled back now. But do they still use ball and strike indicators? You know, the wheel indicators? You used to have in your palm and turn the wheel all the time. I don't think so.
I don't.
Has he got one on his left hand?
I don't see one in his left hand. He doesn't have anything in his left hand.
No.
I'm trying to think. I can't recall the last time I saw somebody using one.
And a little blooper hit it in left center field. And maybe he's going to be dropping out there for a base hit. And now they've got the other runner, Jason Kendall, caught between second and third. They'll tag him out, but the run comes in to score. And that's a mighty big run with you-know-who pitching for Kansas City, Zach Greinke. We go to the bottom of the third. It's 1-0 Royals. kids 14 and under are invited down to the field to run the bases. Thanks to Key Bank. Good seats are still available. You can purchase yours today at Mariners.com or any Mariners team store. Ryan Langerhans leads it off here in the third now. And Greinke with a 1-0 lead. A drive to deep center field. And Blanco goes back, and this baby's going to fly away. Dead center field. What an easy swing. And the ball just jumped off his bat out over the 405 sign. And for crying out loud, the Mariners get an earned run off Zack Greinke.
Ryan Langerhans getting an opportunity to play because Saunders crashed into the wall last night. He jumps on a fastball right in the middle of the plate. He hit that ball a long ways, dead center field. Pitch actually down at the bottom of the strike zone. It was in the middle of the plate. He gets it into the trees out in center field.
It's a 15th home run he's given up this year, as Jack Wilson takes a strike. And that's into the gap. Out there in left center field. That may go all the way to the fence. It will try to get all the way to the fence. Down to second base. Making the turn is Wilson. He's heading for third. No relay. Head first slide. How about that? A home run and a triple here to start off the third inning.
And the key to hitting a triple is you have to bust it out of the box. And Jack jumps on a pitch right here, hits it into the gap, and takes off right away. Outfielder's playing shallow. He knows that. So once he splits him, he feels like he has an opportunity to get to third. And he actually makes it easily out to left center field as Gordon gets the ball back in.
So the Mariners have tied it. They're 90 feet away from taking the lead. And here is Ichiro. And the infield is playing back as Ichiro backs away from a pitch inside. Ball one.
Somebody like Greinke on the mound, you have to pick this runner up at third.
Two and one.
Infield is back. Fastballs inside to Ichiro, moving him around. See those three pitches inside.
Ichiro, a fly ball to shallow left field. Jack Wilson's not going to be able to score, I don't think. No. As Gordon out there, a dangerous catch, sliding to make the catch out there. So one down. Who's the Royals' career saves leader? Our AT&T question. Most of you said Dan Quisenberry, 53% of you. I said Jeff Montgomery, and the answer is Jeff Montgomery. 304 saves in 11 years. 1988 to 99. And now they're going to bring the infield up. He said you got to score that runner from third with a guy like Greinke out. You got to score that runner from third with a guy like Cy Young, Sandy Koufax. You name a pitcher.
But it's runs are at such a premium with a guy like this. You absolutely have to get him in when you get a chance. I mean, you have the nobody out triple from Wilson. You have to find a way to get him home. Yeah, Figgins has done a nice job, right at 73 for 11 out of 15 times he's been able to get the runner across.
outs down, 1 outside. I was thinking about it today. I'd like to know what the best club is and the worst club is of getting runners in from third base with less than 2 outs, and what the average is of what percentage.
Right.
I don't know whether Elias would have it or not. Stats Inc. Down low and inside, 3 balls and no strikes.
I don't know who would have those numbers.
Do
but
you
I think
think the average would be more than 50%?
To get the runner in?
Yeah.
I would think so.
Yeah. That's right down the middle. 3-1.
I've seen some numbers of batting averages, but I don't care about the batting average. I want to see if that's a runner score. You know, you're set up there, an out will score the run, which is going to hurt your average, I guess, if you hit a ground ball and the infield is back. But you pick up an RBI in that situation. But how many times do you get the runner in to score? And we just showed you Figgins 11 out of 15 times. Ryan Langerhans.
Dead center field.
Yeah. And, you know, we get a lot of numbers, too. We just don't get that one. And I'll guarantee you that the clubs that are towards the top of doing that are probably towards the top of their divisions, too.
Absolutely. Figgy keeps battling. Angels knocked off the slumping Detroit Tigers. 4-2. Red Sox beat the Yankees 6-3 tonight in New York. And foul away. Think Buck Showalter's ever going to lose? Baltimore beat the White Sox 2-1 tonight. He's 4-0. One tough at bat for Sean Figgins here. Hanging tough. Pitch after pitch after pitch.
Take a look at it. 10th pitch coming up. It's that 8th pitch, 87 miles an hour. That was a hard slider right at his back foot, and he was able to get a piece of it. Blanco, the center fielder, shading towards the left and shallow. Huge gap out in right center field.
And again, back into the stands. You remember the longest at bat you ever had? How many pitches?
No.
Do you ever have a 15 pitch at bat?
I don't know. I know that I had a bunch that were over 10. But whether I get to 15, I don't know.
And a ground ball. It's in the right center field for a base hit. How about that? An 11-pitch base hit. Sean Figgins gets the Mariners a lead as Jack Wilson walks in from third.
Greinke, he wanted to get a ground ball. He gets the ground ball, but Sean finds a hole right back up the middle. You can see how far over Getz is at. Playing him to pull.
Well, that's the price you pay with the infield in, because if the infield's back, you got an out there. And the run comes in to score anyway.
Scores anyways. But you would have an out.
Koxman takes a strike. So far, 25th inning for Zach Greinke. And that's lined in the left field. Right at Alex Gordon. Hit hard. And Russell Bryan will step up. Tomorrow on the Emmy-nominated Seahawks All Access, Hall of Famer Warren Moon is at Hawks practice, bringing the latest happenings from Pete Carroll's first training camp in over a decade. Plus, comedian Will Ferrell stops by to share his history with Seattle's new head coach. Seahawks All Access tomorrow at noon on FSN and FSN HD. Bryan overdue to really get into one.
Second baseman gets playing shallow right field. He is way out there.
Changed that time. Really pulled the string on it. And the runner goes. They got it picked off. It's a good throw, and he beats it. So Sean Figgins just kept on trucking, and he picks up the stolen base. His 29th of the year.
And I really like this. I don't think people understand how tough this is for the first baseman. Holding him on, has to come back, make an accurate throw. This throw a little bit high, but because of Figgins' speed, he ends up beating it. But a lot of times you see runners stop, and if they keep going, they'll probably make it more times than they would if they end up in a rundown. I think Figgins probably had 2 or 3 steps before Greinke even turned and threw over to first base.
And a high pop-up down the left field line. So the Mariners, with a third of the season to go, have 57 stolen bases from the top 2 men in their lineup. Ichiro with 28. Figgins now with 29. Broke his back. Butler says he'll take it to the bag. Keough, I beg your pardon, says he'll take it to the bag, and he does. Branyan is gone, but the Mariners do get a couple, and they get the lead. As we go to the 4th, Mariners
Thank you, Tom. Dave Sims joining in with Mike Flowers here. Mariners with a 2-1 lead over Zach Greinke and the Kansas City Royals. There's a bouncing ball to Mr. Figgins. There's a Keahui, and there's one out. So how about the fact that the Mariners, they came in as a team, their starters came in 125 batting average against Greinke, and they've gotten to him for a couple of runs here today.
A couple of earned runs, and Ryan Langerhans getting things started. A spot start for him. Dead center field with a home run.
His pick to click over on the radio side, so if he's gloating, allow him a little fun here. It was a good call, a really good call. Worked out well.
Yeah, it did. And then Jack Wilson with the triple, and the key to it again, busting it right out of the box. He hits a line drive and takes off and ends up with a triple out towards left center field. And then Figgins done a nice job of picking those runners up this year. He's now 12 out of 16 with runners on third and less than 2 outs, getting that runner home. So nice inning for the Mariners.
I'd like your rationale in picking. Here's a fly ball center field. Gutierrez, pretty good jump. Not going to be able to get it as Bettamy drops one in. But I like your rationale with Langerhans. Everybody else had lousy numbers against him. You take Ichiro's 7 hits away from the starters total. The club is hitting 0.73 coming into this game against Greinke, so why not?
Well, he's been dominant. There's no question about that against the Mariners. And, you know, you get a couple of guys in the lineup that maybe he's not that familiar with. And I like the Langerhans approach. He's watching him over there, one of the best. He gets a first pitch fastball in the middle of the plate and drives it out of the ballpark. I don't know what you would wait around for. I wouldn't want to have to deal with that curveball or let him start working the corners with his fastball. So it's good at bat by Langerhans.
And you got that big differential between the fastball and the changeup. Yeah, you're asking for trouble if you're not going up there and having a really good idea and attacking it. Don't miss it when you get there. Good job by Ryan. Alex Gordon. Quest high speed pitch. Greinke's already touched at 95. Luke French at 89. French got Gordon a strikeout on a changeup last time up.
It was really nice at bat by Figgins too. It was a nice battle, both guys competing. 11 pitch at bat, and he gets a base hit up the middle.
Mariners set for double play. Outside to Gordon. Starts the third and final series between these two ball clubs. July 5, 6, and 7 here at Safeco. Kansas City sweeps the Mariners 6-4, 3-2, and 7-3. Joaquin Soria, the Mexicutioner, saves all 3. Runner goes. High fly ball center field for Gutierrez. Bettamy will return to first base. So a gooey duck. That's the mascot of Evergreen State down in Olympia. Yeah, you do not see that every day.
How do you come up with that for a mascot, I wonder? Gooey duck.
Oh. I know who was it? UC Santa Barbara or the banana slugs. Kind of hard to get a good sis boom bomb on go gooey ducks. Go banana. Go you fighting banana slugs. It doesn't have quite the same ring as go go Wolf Pack or
Huskies.
Go Huskies or right back up the middle. Base hit for Mike Aviles. You remember the Edgar commercial where he's trying to teach the youngsters pronouncing gooey duck?
No.
And Puyallup and stuff like that? The commercials over the years have
Edgar
been
always
marvelous.
had the best ones. Those were funny.
What was the one where he said, "That's a problem"? Well, it's a clapper?
The clapper, yeah.
That's a problem. right to Jack Wilson. Off the bat of Chris Getz. Couple of hits. Nobody scores. Home fourth coming up. Mariners and Luke French lead 2-1. The Mariners have a 2-1 lead over Zach Greinke in Kansas City. Let me throw this one at you. Phillies win 7-5. Yes, Mike Sweeney, RBI single, caps a 6-run 8th inning. Phillies hold on and win for their 12th consecutive home win. Mike Sweeney with a base hit. That'll go Mike. And he got a walk last night. His Philly debut. That was down in Florida. Tonight's game was in Philadelphia. Gutierrez, Lopez, and Moore here in the 4th inning. Good for Mike Sweeney. Glad to hear that. Mariners lead. They got a couple of runs in the 3rd. A Langerhans leadoff home run and an RBI single by Figgins. UC Santa Cruz. We've been corrected. University of California Santa Cruz is the Banana Slugs. That's right. The Gauchos of Santa Barbara. Had the right. I had the right conference. I know that. 3-1 at Gutierrez.
About the dirtbags.
Yeah, Long Beach State. That's for the Jason Vargas toy. That is a big league pop-up, friends. My goodness. See, that would have hit the ring down at St. Pete.
Home run.
Right? Second ball. Kubel hit that ball yesterday. That won him a ball game. Popped it up, thought it was going to be the 3rd out. It hits the A-ring. 3rd time in history down there. And I like what Joe Madden says. You know what? We're going to be a big league town, and we're going to, compete for championships. You can't have a ballpark like this. If that's the game that cost them the
title. Yeah, you could tell he was irritated by it. About as irritated as he gets anyways. Yeah.
Boy, oh boy. Look at that heartbreak. Lopez reached on an error by the shortstop. Boy, hammers this one deep left field. Going back, it's off the scoreboard. Being held to a single, and it's too hard. Nice job by Jose Lopez. The Mariners now with their 4th hit off of Zach Greinke. Let's take a look at the Mariners calendar. Being brought to you by Sleep Country USA. Weekend series continues with Kansas City. The Oakland Ball Club comes in. Then the longest road trip of the season. 3 in Cleveland, 3 in Baltimore, day off, 3 in New York, and 3 in Boston. There's Adam Moore fouled out to the first baseman. Well, familiar story. Mariners have 2 runs. Looking for add-ons. Tack them up, boys. Tough go against the Texas Rangers the last 3 nights. Runners in scoring position total 5 for 32. 0 for 12 last night.
Well, turn the page. They're 1 for 3 tonight.
Yes, sir. Ooh, hit it. Oh, that hurt. Yikes. First and second, 1 out.
See where this gets him. Hopefully it's not on his hip. Take a look at it. If it's him in the leg, he has the protection. Where's that, on his elbow?
Mm-hmm. It looked like it. Let's see.
Another look. Yeah, right off his elbow.
Ooh, they got Kendall, too. Got Kendall on his right elbow. Catcher. Sixth hit batter for Greinke. Langerhans. First pitch swinging again. This will drop down. Lopez being held up. Mariners have the bases loaded. So Langerhans, Mike Flowers picked the click on the radio. I've seen 2 pitches. He's got a home run and a single. Nice job.
Yeah, his home run on a fastball. This is a changeup. Stays back just long enough. Actually, pretty good location, too. Down out of the strike zone, but stays back just long enough. Hits it off the end of the bat a little bit. Willie Bloom puts out in right field. Made a nice strong throw to home. Now the Mariners have another opportunity. Jack Wilson, who had a triple his first time out. Looks like the Royals will play back for the double play.
Mariners bases loaded, less than 2 out, to 268 hitting team. Not deep enough. Willie gets set. Here's the throw. And Lopez is in. And Adam Moore, he tagged. He moved to third. 3-1 Mariners. RBI for Jack Wilson is 14.
You look at Willie. Tries to get rid of it in a hurry. Just a couple bounces too many as Lopez comes in. The Mariners tonight, runner on third, less than 2 outs. A couple of times, and they get him in both times, so that's good. Good sign.
It's good against anybody. It feels even better when they do it against a big-time pitcher like Zach Greinke. Greinke in his last 6 games, 5 starts against the Mariners, and an ERA at 0.22. Ichiro hits one hard. Base hit to center. Another run for the Mariners. 4-1 Seattle. Ichiro's 29th RBI. Adam Moore scores. Langerhans the second.
Take a look at it again. The Mariners being aggressive. Fastball up out over the plate. Ichiro hits it into center field. Adam Moore, who was hit by a pitch, well, he can just walk home now.
There's Figgins again, an 11 pitch at bat in the third, produced an RBI. Fly ball center field. Blanco was playing it perfectly. He calls off Gordon. Good work by the Mariners. Back-to-back innings, scoring twice. They've got a 4-1 lead. Runs to work with here. 4-1 lead over Kansas City. Mariners 2-4 against the Royals this season. Former Mariner Willie Bloomquist will lead off. Gregor Blanco and Jason Kendall 9-1-2. Willie popped up to Figgins in his first at bat. Bloomquist has played a little bit more than half of the games for Kansas City. He's in right field this evening. Slicing drive into right field for a base hit. Willie ahead in the count, capitalizes. Leadoff single. Top of the order, Gregor Blanco. First leadoff hitter to reach for Kansas City. Last time we saw Luke French, he went 5 scoreless innings at Minnesota, and then ran into problems in the 6th inning. Bases were loaded, and Jason Kubel cleared him with a double off the fence. Bunt laid down. It's a good one. Did not get him. Kansas City. Nice hustle by Ryan Langerhans. There's all kinds of movement defensively for the Mariners, and Langerhans came all the way in from left field to cover second base.
Nice bunt by Blanco. Take a look at it. Kills it on the grass. Lopez, good play.
Been a lot of personnel changes on this Kansas City ball club since we saw them on July 5, 6, and 7. There's a veteran catcher, Jason Kendall. Kevin Seitz is the hitting coach. So Ned Yost down the steps giving signs. But here's the revamped roster of Kansas City. A lot of comings and goings here. There you go. So these are the guys that were not on the opening day roster. It's 12 different players. And Ned Yost takes over as the manager. Nobody out runners at first and second. Kendall caught a lot of games in the course of his career. Recently caught his 2000th. Off speed pitch for a ball, 1-1. The other thing that's concerning about Kendall in a situation like this is a guy that doesn't strike out. He's 6th toughest in the American League to strike out.
Well, hopefully you can get him to hit it on the ground and get a double play.
Luke French is there, got a chance. Got him! Bloomquist straight too far. Good strong throw by Luke French. Double play.
Kendall squares around the bunt, just pops it up right back to French. Accurate throw back to second base as Willie goes diving in. Jack Wilson covering.
That's a big double play.
Well, it is, especially with Billy Butler coming to the plate. He's hit French well already, 1 for 2 with an RBI in this game.
6 for 8 career. Runner at first, 2 outs now.
He's been efficient with his pitches so far. 63 pitches here in the 5th.
And a bunt Butler 0-2. Billy Butler's got 10 home runs. Leads the Kansas City Ball Club. Kansas City with a .278 batting average, second in the American League. They've been in the top 3 most of the season. Not big on the home runs. Number 12 in the American League. This gets away from more. Runner advances. Another wild pitch. Talking to Roger Hansen, the catching coordinator for the Mariners, about some of the wild pitches last night with Adam Morris. Reinforcing, moving your feet, not just your glove. Some of these wild pitches he has not had a chance on. It's got one right. Swing and a miss. Matt Moore holds on. That will do it for Kansas City. Looked like they had something building with 2 on, nobody out. The Mariners survived. Strand a runner and a big strikeout. Well, their 3-hole hitting DH Billy Butler. 4-1 Mariners. Game series with Kansas City. Middle portion of this 9-game homestand. KC Kochman, Russell Branyan, and Franklin Gutierrez here in the 5th. RBIs this evening for the Mariners. Langerhans with 1, Jack Wilson with 1, Figgins and Ichiro. Kochman 0 for 2 tonight. He's career 0 for 9. And again, Zach Greinke. Adam Moore on your right, Luke French on the left. The battery for the Mariners talking things over. Luke had a wild pitch last night. He's pitched well, 3 strikeouts. Stranded 5 Kansas City runners. Strike 3 call. Second time that Paul Nauert has punched out Casey Kochman. FSN going to bring you an exclusive look at Mariners batting practice before every Saturday game. Tomorrow's your chance to see Ichiro, Gutierrez, and the rest of the club tune up the bats before their Game 2 matchup with the Royals. Mariners BP tomorrow at 6:30 here on FSN and FSN HD. Second strikeout for Greinke. Bouncing ball to the first baseman. Greinke covers. Kia Hui with the play.
We talk about French pitching well so far. Last outing in Minnesota, he pitched well through 5 innings. We'll watch him going out in the 6th and the 7th now and see if he's able to work his way through the lineup for a 3rd time.
Strike 1 to Gutierrez. 0 for 2, ground out to second, fouled out to the 3rd baseman. Wilson Betemit. He's in an 0-2 hole. Watch him lollipop that one up, didn't he? Coming on his first baseman, Kiahui, 65 miles an hour. The Goody is fouled out to the 3rd baseman and now the 1st baseman, a 1-2-3 5th. But the Mariners lead 4-1. Luke French has twice beaten Kansas City, once with the Mariners, once with the Tigers. He faces Kiahui to lead it off. Wilson Betemit and Alex Gordon to follow. 4, 5, and 6 for Kansas City. Pitch number 70 for Mr. French. 2-1. Kiahui, PCL All-Star. Pops this one up. Minor hands, giving way to Gutierrez. 1 down. Visit the official online shop of the Mariners at mariners.com. You can browse the largest selection of official gear, including the latest apparel, memorabilia, and authentic classics for the whole family. Get your gear from the official source, the mariners.com shop. Accept no substitutes. 1 out in the 6th. Here's Betemit. Strikeout looking and a single to center. Luke French got a nice little pace going here. Oh, nice play by Kochman. Covering French, 2 down.
You're talking about his pace. keep your infielders involved, and they'll make good plays for you. Nice play by Kochman, and Luke not wasting any time, gets over on first base. Plenty of time to get Bettamy.
Talked to Kevin Kremen on the radio side a couple of days ago about Kochman. He's not hitting real well, but I tell you what, glove-wise, you put him in that John Olerud category, Keith Hernandez category. I mean, he can really pick it.
He holds the records now.
2 outs here in the 6th. Alex Gordon. He's breaking ball for strike. 0 for 2. Strikeout in the 2nd. Fly to center in the 4th. So Luke French in his first start here at home. Doing well here in the 6th. 0-2 strikes. Very aggressive. Well done. A 1-2-3 inning. As Alex Gordon keys for the second time. That's the 4th strikeout for French. He's got a 4-1 lead. Let's check out the crowd in the Budweiser first inning and see who's enjoying the game. How about Jose Lopez? Leads off with a base hit here in the 6th inning, his second hit in as many at bats. Last time he singled off the hand-operated scoreboard in left field. Leadoff man's on. Here's Adam Moore. Mariners with a 4-1 lead against Zach Greinke and the Kansas City Royals. What are you seeing so far in his development as a hitter?
With that?
Yeah.
Well, I think when he started the season, you know, the hard part for him, I think, at the beginning is he's a young guy. He caught every day in the minor leagues, and he comes up, and all of a sudden he's splitting time with Rob Johnson and not getting at bats consistently. Well, he was pulling off the ball a lot, and a lot of ground balls on the left side of the infield. But just before he got hurt and went on the DL and then had to go out on a rehab with Tacoma, he started to hit the ball hard the other way.
Remember that down at Tampa?
He hit a home run into Tampa. That's right. Right center field, he hit a home run. Then he went down and he hit well in Tacoma, get his confidence back.
Hit a home run to center field on Wednesday against C.J. Wilson. His only hit at the homestand, but it was a good sign. I know they had homered, I think, last year to right field. His power had been shown mainly to right field. This one into a little bit more left center field. It's good, really good shot. Frankie's got him 1-2. Fair ball, Benjamin. Nice scoop at second base by Chris Getz to get Lopez. Our Geico quote, Dan Quisenberry. We found a delivery in my flaw. I've seen the future, and it's much like the present, only longer. And our fielders have to catch a lot of balls, or at least deflect them to someone who can. The late Dan Quisenberry. Boy, did he have a great run with Kansas City. Right-hander, sort of like Darren O'Day, who we saw the last couple of days from Texas, is Langerhans. Third time now he's going up first pitch swinging. Got a home run and a single.
You know, I think the Mariners overall have been aggressive against Greinke, and I like that game plan because you don't want to fall behind him. And we've seen that a lot with Felix lately, clubs, especially early in the game, being aggressive. And he throws strikes. He doesn't walk a lot of guys. I think you jump on that first fastball that you like. He sets him waiting around.
When he pulled a string.
66 miles an hour.
Man. Frankie struck out 2 tonight. Hasn't walked anybody on the season. He's got 128 Ks, 31 walks. That's an 150 in the third inning. Leading off the third, how about Langerhans? Watch this. First
middle
pitch.
of the plate and down, and hits him straight away center field.
Ryan's third home run of the season, his fourth RBI. He's 0-2 here. Third base umpire Brian Gorman said he did not go. Since these two teams met last, Kansas City's won 7 and lost 16. Mariners are 6-19. The other way, down the line, fair ball. Adam Moore digging to third. How about the night for Langerhans? He's a triple away from the cycle. So Ryan getting a chance because Michael Saunders hurt his shoulder and his neck, banging into the wall trying to get a catch on the Murphy home run last night.
Another good pitch from Greinke, pitched down and away, and he just flips it into left field. Like Gordon had some issues down here against the wall. It's hard to see. Oh, he almost dropped it.
Langerhans having a heck of a night. Bob McClure, pitching coach, out. Talked to Greinke. 1 out, runners at second and third for Jack Wilson, who's done well tonight. He's tripled the left center and delivered a sacrifice fly. Langerhans' second double of the season. Nice to see the outfits, see the bats come alive. With that triple tonight, Jack Wilson now 2 for 9 career against Greinke. Give Luke French even some more breathing room with a base hit here. Popped it up. Out of play.
Jack was able to pick up an RBI earlier with a sacrifice fly to right field.
Four-1 Mariner lead here in the 6th. First of 3 with Kansas City. Infield in close. 0-1 to Jack Wilson. Fouled off again. With Ichiro on deck. Great opportunity here. 1 out, runners, 2 runners in scoring position. Second and third. Moore at third, Langerhans at second. Greinke's ready, 0-2 to Jack Wilson. Greinke wins the Cy Young Award last year, a 16-8 record, a 2.16 ERA in 33 starts. A 1-2. Edged out Felix Hernandez. Felix, a hard luck loser last night. He's 7-9. Kind of run support. That's 16 decisions. He could be 12-4 easily. Same with Greinke, who comes in tonight at 7-10. 1-2 to Jack Wilson. Check this swing. No, he didn't. He is gone. This is Paul Nauert. 2 outs. Third strikeout for Zach Greinke this Sunday. Freddie Montero and the Sounders FC shoot for their third straight MLS victory when they take on the Houston Dynamo from the pitch at Quest Field. Check your local FSN and FSN HD listings for match time in your area.
And they will just put Ichiro on. Go after Figgins. Figgins had an RBI earlier. An 11 pitch at bat. The ground ball back up the middle.
Ichiro being intentionally walked for the 11th time. It's a 29th intentional pass for Mariner hitters. That will load them up. Sean Figgins stand in with the bases loaded. Mariners used this strategy in the 5th inning on Wednesday. David Murphy hit a 3-run homer for Texas. See if Figgins can cash one in here for the Mariners. Ball 1. Fingy lined out to left, and an 11 pitch at bat delivered an RBI single to center in the 3rd and flied out to center in the 4th. Good batting average with the bases loaded. Hold the string again.
Pitches so far in the inning. So you go back to the 3rd where he threw 26. Good job by the Mariners to get his pitch count up.
Strike 2. Got some painting there, boy. Lopez opened the inning with a base hit to center. He was forced out at second, so Adam Moore reaches. Base hit, a double, 2 base hit for Langerhans. Jack Wilson struck out. Ichiro intentionally walked. We get the bases loaded. Big hit, you break it open here. Slicing drive, that'll do it. Moore scores. Langerhans right behind him. Gordon having all kinds of problems. Ichiro at 3rd. He will stop right there. He's got a chance. He is safe. Sean Figgins delivers. 2-run double, 3 RBI in the night. It's 6-1 Mariners.
Seen a couple of base hits down the left field line off of Greinke. Looked like a pretty good fastball on the outside corner. And then Gordon Normally a third baseman playing left field has all kinds of issues over in the corner. Funny game, isn't it?
Most certainly is, because the numbers were staggeringly in favor of Zach Greinke coming into tonight's game. He was 4-0 against the Mariners' career in 10 games, 8 starts, with an ERA of 1.64. And more recently, in his last 6 games, 5 of them starts, he'd given up 1 earned run for an ERA of 0.22. And here the Mariners are, 6 runs on 9 hits, 2 more out there here for Kochman, who's 0 for 3. Drive to left. Gordon right in his tracks. Good inning, though, for the Mariners. 2 more runs on the board to make it 6-1 over Kansas City. And Zach Greinke, the reigning Cy Young Award winner in the American League. Very much. 6-1 as Mike Aviles will lead it off against Luke French. Luke with a 5-run lead. Popped out, playable. Going back is Figgins. 1 out. 1 out here in the 7th. Stay warm all winter long. The Mariners fleece blanket. First 15,000. Folks 21 and over. They're going to take home this high quality cold weather staple on Saturday, September 4th, when the Indians visit Safeco Field. For tickets to the Mariners fleece blanket night, visit Mariners.com or any Mariners team store. The Tribes only visit here in 2010. We'll see Cleveland a week from tonight. Start of a 3-game series and start of the big road trip. Chris Getz, former White Sox, is ahead 2-0 here in the count. Two and 1 to count. Luke French in his 3rd start. It's being recalled from AAA Tacoma. Down the line, Kochman foul ball.
Talking so much about the offense for good reason that they scored 6 runs off of Greinke, but French just quietly cruising along. Here he is in the 7th inning, giving up just the 1 run. Look at the Royals are 2nd in the league in average. Scattered 8 hits. Make it 9.
So Getz is aboard, 1 out in the 7th. If you're looking for a way to save money in your commute, consider a Sound Transit ST Express bus. For route information, visit soundtransit.org. The hitter now is Willie Bloomquist. Base hit to right his last time up. He's 1 for 2. Back end of a double play as Kendall tried to bunt, popped it up to Luke French, who doubled off Bloomquist in the second. Goes back in the 4th inning, make that the 5th inning. Kansas City run coming on Billy Butler's RBI single to center. Inning number 3 gave Kansas City 1-0 lead. Since then, it's been all Mariners. Sounds like somebody had a gimme souvenir and the opportunity was wasted. 6 runs, 9 hits, no errors for the Mariners. 1-9-1 for Kansas City. This is playable for Casey Kotchman. Two outs here in the 7th. Brandon League starting to throw. That's the formula that Wakamatsu would like to use now. Have League start to go deep. League in the 8th, Ardsma in the 9th. Not a lot of opportunities to use his closer of late.
Boy, Luke's throwing the ball tonight. 88 pitches for him so far. It's another out here. He probably gets a chance to get through the 8th.
Blanco 2 for 3. The run scored. Higgins will throw him out. So Chris Getz gets a base hit. That's it. Through 7. Luke French has given up a run on 9 hits. Got a 6-1 lead. Thanks, Tom. Here's Russell Branyan to lead it off in the home 7th. Branyan, Gutierrez, and Lopez against Zach Greinke. Mariners, who have just not been able to do anything against Greinke for the most part in his previous 10 games. They've gotten to him tonight. They didn't work too. Look at those 2 innings for 25 or more. third and the sixth. Brendan tonight applied to center, grounded out the first twice.
And the Royals will put the shift on again. Got to meet the third baseman. He's way over on the other side of second.
One got away from Kendall. Good night for RBIs this evening by the Mariners. Sean Biggins has driven in 3. Ichiro has an RBI. Ryan Langerhans is 3 for 3, a triple shy of a cycle.
Biggins with 3 RBIs.
Yep. And an RBI for Jack Wilson. Do it 2 to Branion. Count has run full.
I was actually a little bit surprised to see Greinke go back out there. He's already given up 6 runs. He's a workhorse for him. He works deep into games, but after giving up 6 runs, at this point in the year, you think maybe they would go with somebody else in the bullpen.
There's a walk. It's walk number 2. First walk was intentional. Time for rally fries. What do you got?
Alyssa, who's wearing the purple. Megan. Well, working tonight. Mariners 6 runs on the board.
So Alicia doing a great job with the rally fries. Let's see if we can cash him in here with a runner on. Goody base hit center field. Now they're building something here in the home 7th against Zach Greinke. Just a 3rd career hit for Gutierrez against Greinke. He's 1 for 4 tonight.
Well, this is a solid line drive back up the middle. Mariners couple runners on, nobody out. Jose Lopez coming to the plate. He already has a couple of hits.
Now there's his Zamika hot zone, and that's what he took advantage of on that opportunity. There's 2 men are aboard. 10 hits for the Mariners. Popped up. Villas for the out. But Dusty Hughes, a left-hander, starting to warm up for Kansas City. Mariners had 11 hits on Wednesday, but they lost 11-6 to the Rangers. As tonight, Michael Young hit the 7th inning grand slam. David Murphy had a 3-run home. Here's Adam Moore. Strike 1. Adam wasn't kidding. He is a lot more upright in his stance, not as much of a crouch as he had the first time around here with the ball club. One out, 2 on. Big difference. A matter of 24 hours. Mariners went 5 for 32 in the series with Texas. Runners in scoring position. One and 2. Kansas City playing more straight away. Down low. Mariners had 10 hits on Zach Greinke, only the third time that's happened this year. Angels got him back on June 3rd. Chased him after 6 innings. 5-4 Angel win. June 30 against the White Sox. He wins a game 7-6, goes 8, gives up 10 hits, 6 runs all earned. Run a full count here to Adam Moore.
He's still throwing the ball well. His command hasn't been consistent at times. It looks like he can paint the outside corner when he wants to, and then all of a sudden he gets some pitches in the middle of the plate. And I think that's most of them early in counts again.
Bounce down to Benaby. He'll touch third, throw across, dug out. Nice job by KCA. Double play, 5-5-3 double play. 7 in the books here. It goes 6-1 Mariners. Watching Luke French throw a really good-looking ball game. 6-1 lead. And Luke French, as we take a look at our U.S. Marine Corps leaders of the game. Tonight, 7 innings, a 9-hit, 1-run ball. No walks, 4 Ks. Only run a 3rd inning. RBI single by Billy Butler. Jason Kendall, Butler, and KCA here in the 8th inning.
He's been efficient. He's given up 9 hits in the game. You mentioned it. No walks. Brandon League still getting loose out the pen.
Kochman, another beauty. 1 down.
Take a look at the work by Casey Kochman. Well off the bag at first. Has to go back to his left and makes a nice diving stab.
Nice job by KC Kochman. Outstanding glove man down at first base for the Mariners. Perfect fielding position percentage. Changeup, 1-1.
Was able to strike Butler out last time he was up on a changeup.
Down in that strike zone, 1-2. Two balls, two strikes. Bounces up there. Luke French, first major league win, July 8 last year, beating Zach Greinke.
98 pitches. Really hasn't had a stressful inning in the ball game. Gave up the 1 run back in the 3rd.
Right field, Ichiro coming on. He's there, makes the catch, 2 down. Two outs here in the 8th inning. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Seattle Mariners. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Seattle Mariners. 8th inning action. Dave Sims, Mike Flowers, FSN crew, and Luke French trying to beat Kansas City for the 3rd time in his career. It's 1-0-1 here for Luke. Fly ball center field. Gutierrez is there. Luke French, 8 in the books.
Let him finish it, Dave. Let him finish it.
Absolutely. 3 times he went 8 innings in the PCL league. With Tacoma, can he go 9?
Hello. I'm good. I think we're in pretty good shape.
The Northwest.
6-1 Mariner lead. Luke French has thrown a terrific ball game working with his battery mate there, Adam Moore. Talking with pitching coach Rick Adair. 6-1 Mariner lead, bottom of the 8th inning. And Ryan Langer hits a triple shy of the cycle. First time he didn't offer at the first pitch. He went home run, single, and double thus far. Northwest Dodge dealer. Call to the pen brings his left-hander Dusty Hughes.
Well, Blanco, the center fielder, shading him towards left center. So if he wants a triple, how about out towards the FSN sign in right center field? Probably his best chance, don't you think?
Absolutely. Two and one. Langerhand's a 105 hitter against left-handed pitching. If you look at Dusty Hughes' profile. Fly ball center field. Blanco is right there. 1 out. Time now for a Coors Light freeze can. Nice to see the Mariners put one on Zach Greinke. Greinke came in with a 4-0 record, a 1.64 ERA against Seattle. One for 2 night RBI for Jack Wilson. And Lee continues to heat up. Looks like he'll be coming in. 2-1 to Jack Wilson. Play him shallow. Center fielder Gregor Blanco shading 4-5 steps towards right center. Big gap left side.
Gap in left center is exactly where Jack hit his triple.
Triple back in the 4th inning. He's aboard with 1 out. Let's take a look at our Jack in the Box in-game box score for the Mariners. Looking for Batsman and Brandon to check in. Everybody else done really well.
Figgins again with 3 RBIs in the game. Nice night for Langerhans. He can start out in left field 3 for 4 with a home run.
Liked his aggression tonight too. First 3 at bats, first pitch swing, worked out for him really well tonight. Ichiro 1 for 3. He's got an RBI and a walk. Juno. Ichiro 2 for 5 night last evening against Texas. Base hit tonight gives him 142. Sean Figgins on deck. Jason Kendall going out to speak with Hughes. Hughes born in Tupelo, Mississippi, birthplace of Elvis Aaron Presley. Lives in Horn Lake, Mississippi right now. So Ichiro, a 4-pitch walk. 1 out, 2 on. Hey, speaking of Ichiro, it's always one of the most popular collectible giveaways of each season, and it's right around the corner. Mark your calendar. Ichiro bobblehead night, Friday, August 27th. That's when the Mariners play the Twins, and the first 20,000 fans get an Ichiro bobblehead, courtesy of UW Medicine and FSN. For tickets, visit Mariners.com or any Mariners team store. Sean Figgins, that's right-handed now. 3 RBI night for Figgy.
Holland back up, throwing again out in the Royals bullpen. Hughes struggling to throw strikes.
Center fielder Blanco on his horse, going back, makes the catch. Tagging is Jack Wilson. He'll get the 3rd. Good ride by Figgins. 2 outs.
You look at Jack Wilson out at second base, watching. Does the right thing, goes about halfway, comes back and tags. Ball so deep out in right center field. We'll make it to third easy.
Casey Kotchman working the leather really well tonight. For his first base hit, he's 0 for 4. He struck out twice, line to left and fly to left. Ichiro thought about it, slammed on the brakes. Hold it first. Third multi-RBI game for Sean Figgins, his first 3 RBI game this season.
He tried to get a little bit greedy, didn't he, on that last at bat? Ball well out to right center field.
Got after it. Good swing. Nice to see the Mariners with a lead of 6-1. They banged out 10 hits. A lot of good at bats this evening. 1-2 to Kotchman, 2 on. Working bat Loper, and that drops in for base hit. So Kotchman with an RBI single, 7-1 Mariners. Casey picking up his 34th RBI. Wilson scoring easily. Ichiro takes second.
Well, with a couple of strikes, his ball ends up jamming. Casey Kotchman breaks his bat. A little soft line drive out into right field. Willie Bloomquist playing deep, can't get in time, and Mariners will pick up another run. Always nice to check in late in the game.
Fouled off by Brandon. Special Metro to the Mariners continues, so check out the bus service for your next trip to Safeco Field. Visit the Metro website for complete information on Ride Metro to the Mariners. And then on Sunday at Seafair, if you're coming in from the east side, you better get here early. Bridge closes at 12:45. Plan accordingly. Popped up, playable. The pitcher Hughes saw it first, and he makes the catch. Nice play. That'll do it for the Mariners. They get an RBI from Kotchman, take the lead to 7-1. Brandon Lee coming in for a lockdown here at Safeco Field. Luke French, fine night here at Safeco Field.
Really pitched well tonight. No walks, big key for him. Scattered some hits, but only gave up the 1 run.
Good pitcher Brandon League.
Brandon's numbers: 3.27 ERA.
Popped up, playable for Jack Wilson, going back, calling off Langerhans. Now Langerhans takes over. Makes the catch. Good night for Ryan all around. I'll bring up Alex Gordon. Gordon tonight handled by Luke French. Struck him out twice. Flied out the center. Strike 1. Brendan League pitched in Tuesday night's ball game. 3-2 Mariner win. Hits the 8th inning. Walked 2, but got out of trouble. Check swing. Jack Wilson will have to hurry. Throws out Gordon, 2 down. Good night all around for the Mariners. Offensively, they came up with big hits. Showed a little pop with Ryan Langerhans. Mike Flowers picked the click on the radio side. A triple shy of a cycle. What a night for him, filling in for Michael Saunders. Mike Aviles, 1 for 3 tonight.
Taking a look at that picture of Don Wakamoto in the dugout. One of the few games he's been able to relax and enjoy the ball game where he's either behind, or if he's ahead by a run, trying to hang on to it. Nice pitch. Well, he's enjoying it tonight.
So the Mariners strike away. The 0-2 to Aviles. He stepped there, 1-2.
Brandon just buried a split in the dirt.
The Navy in attendance tonight. Good to see those folks. Thank them for their service. All part of Seafair. Coming up this weekend. 1-2. Off the fist of Jack Wilson. Throws to Kotzman. That is your ball game. Mariners win it 7-1. That's their second win in 5 games here in the month of August. And boy, did they need that.
Well, you said it best. They've played well tonight in all facets of the game. A nice pitching performance.